It's my sad duty to go on with the program. I say sad not because I don't enjoy the program, but because I know you all have a lot of fun as I'm having talking at the tables. And so I kind of always regret having to break that off, but then I know that I'll regret it if you're all writing me emails later to say, why did the program go so long? So let me first start with some words of thanks to my extraordinarily able managing director, Isabel DePrado, to Clara Wren, our admin assistant, Chris Owen. Without which nothing would go right. Also to Clara Wren and Chris Owen, our intern, who've helped a lot. I also want to thank Eileen Place, the Deputy Director of the Office of Public Engagement, for all her help in making this effort come out right. I want to pay a moment of thanks to the members of the board and the executive committee who really give very generously of their time in this organization, and I appreciate it. And let me just note our committee heads who rarely get thanked, but who actually are incredibly important to keeping the organization running. Sean Donnelly, the head of the membership committee, Bob Hunter in media, Howie Schaefer, who somehow manages to get through an incredible number of books with the book committee and produce a result. Ed Rowell and the audit committee, who keeps us honest, and Bob Beecroft in program, and Tom Boyott in the finance committee, who keeps us funded. And my gratitude to all of you, and thanks. I want to especially add a note of thanks to Black & Veatch and to Garda World Corporations, who provided additional support for the event and are with us today. I have one true item of business. We have new board members who have been recommended by the board and the membership committee, but according to our bylaws, I need to ask for a vote of the membership, and you're all here. And the new members of the board are as follows: John Negroponte, Mike Van Dusen, Harry Geisel, Francis Cook, Charlie Ray, and Marcy Reese. Could I have a motion to approve them? I think I must have heard a second with a four. So, all in favor? Any miserable wretch who's opposed? Thank you. So moved. I just want to very, very quickly note a few activities. This has been a busy and I think fruitful year for the Academy. We had a very good forum on Iran at Tufts. We had programs at Texas Tech and at the University of Nebraska at Omaha, looking at a number of our issues. I'm not going to go through details. We have sent out a number of speakers, some of you have been in this room, to various World Affairs Councils around the country, speaking in conjunction with the film America's Diplomats to various audiences about the Foreign Service and about the role of diplomats. Those have been very well received. We're not the only ones doing that. Ted McNamara has been supervising a number of such speaking programs through the Diplomacy Center, and AFSA has also done the same. So I think our combined and loosely coordinated results have been useful. We had a very successful program at Monticello with the Jefferson Foundation. We've been working with them for a number of years. We get so many repeat attendees that they book up the event usually within about 3 days of opening registration. The study, which was done by Chuck Ford and Sean Donnelly on support for American jobs, how to support American business better overseas, was extremely well received in both the State and Commerce departments. And as a matter of fact, they've actually implemented some of the recommendations. I don't think those who write reports in Washington can ask for more than that. But in fact, we have getting more because they asked us to do a second phase of the study to look at implementation of several of the ideas in it. And with generous funding support from the Una Chapman Cox Foundation, we are in fact engaged in that. We had a few days ago an off-site of the Academy Board both the old board and some of the new members, several of them came, to think about the directions of the Academy in the future. Every few years we've done one of these, and I think most of you have received, even if you have not yet read, a summary of the offsite. We're forming committees to look at three big issues. One, whether we should tiptoe into the world of politics and have a PAC. Second one, whether we want to be involved in considering what might be in a new act if political pressures in fact generate movement on a Foreign Service Act, which I think, personally, I hope they don't, but we need to do our homework, perhaps. And a third, thinking about how do we talk about foreign affairs? Do we understand what our audience is outside the Beltway? How do we understand that audience? How are we going to talk to them? And we have a lot of work to do, I think, in understanding whether we have the right question and whether we know what we're doing before we march off with the sure assurance of our assumptions to program ourselves. So we've got some work that we will be doing in that domain. Well, that's a very brief summary of what we've been doing. One of the things that came out of the offsite was that I promised I'm going to do more regular memos of what we've been doing. So you will have that to look forward to, and if you don't look forward to it, the delete key is only a flick of the finger away.